welcome to day 2 of the Edinburgh International Book Festival. My name is Janet Smith, and until the beginning of the summer, I was the programme director of the children's programme. So I kind of feel like the parent of someone who's grown up and left home, but you still have a sense of worry and responsibility as to what's going on in their world. So I've come back like a bad penny to introduce this event. And I've come back to introduce this event because, and I can say it now, this is one of my favourite authors and illustrators. I get to say that now. It's Christina Stevenson. Now, maybe about 3 years ago, Christina was the illustrator in residence here at the festival, and she came up with so many exciting different ways of presenting stories, of bringing drawing alive for young readers. She's got the most amazing imagination and ways of thinking not only how to write and draw stories, but how to come to festivals and tell those stories, and you're in for such a treat this morning. This morning's book is her latest, and I think tackles one of those big global questions. Why are there so many books about bears? It is, exactly. It's a very good question that the great philosophers of the day are grappling with. Now, this story will take you on an amazing journey, and there are some great minds that explore the issue of why there are so many bears in picture books. But I don't want to tell you about it because I want Christina to come and tell you about it. Also, you'll see that we've got Linda, who's signing for the deaf. But I want all of you now to join me in welcoming Christina Stevenson.
Thank you, Janet. Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teddy bears, if there are any teddy bears here. Have we got any teddy bears here? Yes, excellent. Welcome to the great hallowed hall of Mollusk College, Oxford. Because we're not actually at the Edinburgh International Book Festival, are we? No, we're not, are we? We are using our great big imaginations and we are pretending that we're in a very old university with a great hallowed hall, a very special hall where all the clever, learned people come together to discuss and debate very, very important subjects and questions. And the question today we are going to ask together, because you're all brilliant. Are you brilliant and clever and wonderful? Yes. I'm glad the children said yes, because you are. The question we are going to ask today is this. What is it? I think we can do much better than that. What is the question? Absolutely. Why are there so many books about bears? And there are lots of books about bears, aren't there? You've probably all got favourites. I brought some of mine. Paddington Bear. Who knows Paddington Bear? Yeah, who loves Paddington Bear? Absolutely. Rupert Bears. Anybody remember Rupert? I'm so old, I do, but yeah. You know Rupert. Is Rupert still going? Do you all know Rupert? There's Rupert Bear. Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, hands up if you've read Winnie the Pooh. Love Winnie the Pooh. Hughless Douglas. Yeah, big cheer for Hughless Douglas. Some of these are written by friends of mine as well, which is quite fun. We're going to catch a, we're not. Absolutely. I'm absolutely terrified up here. A Beginner's Guide to Bear Spotting. Who knows that one? Worth checking out if you don't know it. Great book. Oh, here's one. How about Mr. Panda? Who knows Mr. Panda? One of my favourites, Old Bear and His Friends. Yes, do we know Old Bear? You must check out these books, they're brilliant. Goldilocks and Just One Bear. Yeah, not 3, 1 bear. And then possibly one of my favourite bear books of all time is Little Bear, the Little Bear stories. Who knows these? Can't you see Little Bear? Oh, I love these. And I used to read all these with my children when they were tiny. And it led me to ask the question, why are there... Absolutely. Why are there so many books about bears? What I thought we'd do to begin with is sing a song to get us in the mood. We've got some teddy bears here, haven't we? Hold up your teddy bears. Any other teddy bears here? Oh, there's a parrot. Love the parrot. Anybody else got soft toys? Fantastic, brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to get us in the mood. We're going to sing a song about teddy bears, because teddy bears can be all sorts of different shapes, sizes, colours, whatever. And that's fantastic, because they're like people. We're all different, and it's wonderful to be different. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing a song to celebrate teddy bears. I've got my words here because I can't remember them. I've got my husband at the back. Everyone wave at Nigel. He's done some lovely music. And we're going to sing a song together. It's very easy. What I do is I sing a line and I do the actions and you copy me. Very simple. But I want to hear you all and I want to see you doing the actions. So children, if the grown-ups you're with are not doing the actions, tell me and I'll make sure they do them, okay? So make sure everyone's doing the actions. So I will say something like, teddies can be big, and you say? Teddies can be big. Beautiful. Teddies can be small. Teddies can be small. Brilliant. Let's try it with the music. A little practice, first of all. Here we go. Teddies can be big. Teddies can be small. Teddies can be strong. Okay, I can't hear you. Let's try one more time so I can hear you really, really loud. I want to really hear you. We've got to fill this big venue. Pretend there are 700 of us here. Okay, we'll try one more time. Is this the real one? Oh, right, we're doing it for real. Teddies can be big. Teddies can be small. Teddies can be strong. Teddies can be cool. Teddies can be wriggly or never move at all. There's an awful lot of teddies in the world. You do that? There's an awful lot of teddies in the world, and we should love them all. And we should love them all. Pretty good. We can do louder next time. Teddies can be shy. Teddies can be loud. Teddies can be itchy. Teddies can be proud. Teddies can be giggly or bouncy like a ball. Brilliant. There's an awful lot of teddies in the world. And we should love them all. And we should love them all. One more time. And we should love them all. Give yourselves a big clap. So there we are. The next exciting thing we're going to do is watch me. This is called Author Having a Drink of Water. Would you like to see it again? Very exciting, isn't it? You'll see a lot of that during this event. So, there we are. Song to get us in the mood. Why are there so many books about bears? Which is the important question. And I've got to remember what we're doing now. It is a very important question that is very difficult to answer. So I thought what we might need, although we're all brilliant, I thought what we might need is some help from some very famous, brilliant people from history. So I brought some ideas with me of who might be able to help us. Some of my favourites again. Anybody know who this is? Anybody shout it out. Who is it? William Shakespeare. There he is. William Shakespeare lived a very long time ago. Nobody actually knows when he was born, the date of his birth, but he wrote plays and poems, sonnets, all sorts of things. Everybody knows about his plays, and he was completely brilliant. He had a good sense of humour as well. One of his characters in one of his plays was called Bottom. Bottom! Imagine somebody called Bottom. Anyway, so he was brilliant. And today we all still read William Shakespeare's plays and poems. He was fantastic. So he has a great mind. So I thought he might be able to help us answer the impossible question. Only in Mollusk College, Oxford, we don't have people, we have animals. So I thought we should turn William Shakespeare into an animal. So ladies and gentlemen, if William Shakespeare wasn't a person, I would like to introduce you to, not William Shakespeare, but William Snakespeare. Now, at this point in the proceedings, what I would like to do is I would like to ask somebody to come up onto the stage and be William Snakespeare. Would anybody like to be William Snakespeare? Who would like to be William Snakespeare? Let's have a hand. Up you come then. Big round of applause, please. And I've got my friend Lucy, who's going to help me dress everybody up. William Snakespeare, up you come. Do you want to pop your hands in there? Where are you? There you are. Excellent. Would you like to have your ruff? Marvellous. And for health and safety purposes, do you want to put your hand through there? Right. Shall we parade like Elizabethan playwrights? Oh, beautiful. And this way. And again, show over on your tail. Turn around. Brilliant. Bit more. Oh, he's a star. What you have over here is a nice green stool to sit on. Wonderful. You sit on your stool. Big round of applause, please, for William Snakespeare. Just going to move all these. So, William Snakespeare, the next brilliant mind from history is this guy. Anybody know who he is? Albert Einstein. Can you all see him? Albert Einstein. He was a German theoretical physicist. I'm reading that from the back. A German theoretical physicist. Very, very clever scientist. Didn't actually speak until he was 4 and didn't like going to school. Amazing. But he came up with all sorts of incredible ideas and incredible theories. One of his best theories, I think, is that he said, and I love this, he said, imagination is more important than knowledge, because imagination goes on and on and on. So very clever guy, good sense of humour as well. We haven't got people in Mollusk College, Oxford. We have got animals. So who might we turn Albert Einstein into? Anybody got any ideas if it was going to be an animal? What do you think? Shall I show you? No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not Albert Einstein. I would like to introduce you to Albert Swinestein. Everyone go. Very good. Albert Swinestein. So, who would like to come up and dress up as Albert Swinestein? Young lady there. Would you like to come up? Big round of applause. Fantastic. Up you get. I think you're supposed to go up the steps, but never mind. Hands in. Where are you? Where are you? Excellent. We have this here. Oops. Where are you? A nice hat. And you've got a walking stick, a cane. Would you like to turn so everyone can see you? Right. Hold your stick. Would you like to walk like this? Follow me. And show everybody your tail, like that. Brilliant. Let's walk the other way. And let's look very serious. Look very serious. Brilliant. Show them your tail again. Brilliant. Big round of applause. And you've got a nice pink stool to sit on. Is that staying on nicely? My able assistant Lucy will help you if it's needs a bit tightening up. Right. The next great mind from history. we've got another scientist. Oh, Isaac Newton. Anybody heard of Isaac Newton? Does anybody know what Isaac Newton did amongst other things? Discovered gravity. Apple fell off a tree and he discovered that the ground, the earth, has a magical force that pulls things to it. So we've got Isaac Newton, another scientist, but we need to turn him into an animal. So who might Isaac Newton be? Who might he be? A newt! Shall we see if this young man is right? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Newton. So who would like to be Newton? Well, we've got Newton, haven't we? Big round of applause, please, for Newton. Are you feeling like a scientist today? Yes? Let's come and dress you up. Oh, here we go. Hands in. Where are you? Excellent. Right, let's scratch our head and look very, very quizzical. And let's think over here. And let's think over here. And let's just go for a wander, scratching our head. And let's scratch our head this way. And let's look very, very serious at the audience. And think if we can answer the impossible question. Are you feeling very clever? You are feeling very clever. Okay, wander over here quickly. And wander over this way. Brilliant. And wave at the audience. Would you like to go sit on your orange stool? Big round of applause for Newton. Now, who have we got next? Oh, yes, we've got to have a lady here, because girls are brilliant minds as well. We have somebody called Mary Shelley, who was a writer, very famous writer. One of her most famous books was called Frankenstein. Has anybody heard of Frankenstein? Yeah, lots of people think Frankenstein was a monster. Actually, Frankenstein was the man who made the monster. And Mary Shelley was the lady who wrote that book. And she wrote that book when she was still a teenager. Everyone go, oh, amazing, amazing woman. So, Mary Shelley, brilliant writer, we have to turn her into an animal. Who could think of an animal that might be Mary Shelley? A snail. Do we think Mary Shelley might be a snail? Shall we have a look? Who thinks it might be a snail? Who thinks it might be a snail? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Mary Shelley. So who would like to be Mary Shelley? Come on then, Mary Shelley. Up you come. Fantastic. Mary Shelley, hands in. Where are you? Have to give you a shell. Very special shell there. Clever, isn't it? There we are. You've got your pencil behind your ear there. Right, let's go and do some writing over here. Like this. Let's write. And let's think a bit. And let's write over here. Very good. And let's write at the back so that people can see your shell. And let's turn and let's think about the answer to the impossible question. Let's do a little bit more writing. Fantastic. Big round of applause for Mary Shelley. Would you like to go and sit on your pink stool? Newton, would you like to move your stool over here a little bit so we've got plenty of room? And Mary Shelley, okay, got room? Fantastic. Now, the next brilliant minds in the animal kingdom, not one, but three brilliant minds. When you go to university, you take all sorts of exams and things, and you get qualified and you get things called degrees. And the highest degree you can get is something called a PhD. P-H-D, if you want to do it phonetically. Anybody a PhD in this room? Are you? Wow, that's so cool. So you should be up here dressing up as the PhDs. So fantastic. So PhD, so anybody can be a PhD, can't they, if they work hard enough? Anybody. So one day you could all be PhDs, especially today. But PhD, which stands for Doctor of Philosophy, is that right? Yes? Not in my books. In my books, PhD, P stands for... Who said porcupine? You're right! Porcupine. P stands for porcupine. H stands for hedgehog. All with spikes. Who said that? Absolutely right, spiky animals. So D, or DS, stands for dragons with spines. So all spiky animals. Can everyone go spiky? So ladies and gentlemen, I give you the PhDs. So, could I have 3 PhDs, please? PhD there? Somebody else? You two. Up you come. Fine. Do you want to leave your teddy bears behind? This is my friend Finn. Very spiky. Excellent. Does that feel about right? Where's my dragon with spines? Oh, don't fall off the stage, young man. There we are. Do you want to come here, my love, without falling off the stage? Okay, hands in. Brilliant. Hands there. You two need hats. Okay, young lady. Does that feel about right? We need to make that a bit tighter. Excellent. Do you want to hold your tail so you don't fall over? Right. PhDs, big round of applause, please. Now, would you like to go and find your stool to sit on? Porcupine sits on the blue one. Hedgehog sits on the brown one. And the dragon sits on the green one. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the greatest minds in the animal kingdom. Big round of applause. Who are going to answer the impossible question, which is? Let's try that again. They are going to answer the impossible question, which is? Why are there so many books about bears? So, would you like to all come up, great minds? Would you like to stand around the board? And would you like to look very, very serious, look at the question, and scratch your heads? Would you like to stand there? And decide if you can answer the impossible question. So you can look to the audience, and you can look at the board, and you can look very, very serious. There we go. Physicists, botanists, chemical engineers, philosophers, psychologists who analyze our fears, poets, playwrights, painters and PhDs, physicians, musicians. Picture all of these. The most brilliant minds in the animal kingdom, well, some of them, have come together to discuss, debate, and generally decide if they can answer the impossible question. But what if they can't? What if they're stuck? Gasp at the very suggestion not one of these brilliant, brainy beasts can answer the impossible question. Why are there so many books about? Absolutely. Do you want to sit down on your stools again? Fantastic. Wonderful. So I think we are probably ready to tell the story. Why are there so many books about bears? Did I hear a knocking at the door? Shall we see who it is? Shall we? Yes. Oh my goodness, it's Trevor. Trevor. I've forgotten about Trevor. Everyone say hello to Trevor. Hello, Trevor. Clever Trevor, if you must know. Clever Trevor is a rat. And Clever Trevor has got his own portrait over there. Finn, do you want to pass me that portrait of Clever Trevor behind you? Clever Trevor is clever. He's clever in a very different sort of way, and you'll find out why. So Finn's going to hold up Clever Trevor. Yes, we're all going to wave at Clever Trevor. Fantastic. Just put that down again for me. Thank you. So, Clever Trevor is here to help us with the story. And as I say, you'll find out why he's clever a little bit later on. But for now, we're going to give Trevor something to do to keep him out of the way. He's going to do his very favourite thing. He's going to read a book. So we're going to put him up here. You all right, Trevor? Yes? You can see what's going on? We're going to give him a story to read. Who likes reading? Yeah, we all like books. So Trevor's going to read his story. Hello. He's going to read his story, and he's going to stay safely up there, tucked out of the way, without falling off. Without falling off. So, Clever Trevor. And I think we're just about ready. But you heard the knocking at the door. There is going to be some more knocking at the door through this story. And I don't want to use a sound effect. I want to get you involved. So I'd like you to be my knockety knockers. Can you do that? Can you all be my knockety knockers? I would like you to go knockety, knockety, knock. Can you do that? Knockety, knockety, knock. That was okay, but I think we can do it much louder. One more time. Knockety, knockety, knock. Right, perfect. I need to hear you like that. You'll know when to do it in the story because Nigel will play this music for you. Knockety, knockety, knock. Let's try it louder. Knockety, knockety, knock. Excellent. So we've got all the animals, we've got you, the knockety knockers, but we don't want to be disturbed during this story. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hang a sign outside the door. Can you read what it says? Do not disturb, because we don't want to be disturbed. I'm going to hang this outside the door. So just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Hello. There we are. Trevor, you still there? Don't fall off. Ready for the story? Yes. Are we ready for the story? Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, great minds in the animal kingdom. We are here today to tell the story of why are there so many books about bears? By me, Kristina Stevenson. In the great hallowed hall of Mollusk College, Oxford, the most brilliant minds in the animal kingdom and Trevor had come together to discuss, debate, and generally decide if they could answer the impossible question. William Shakespeare? No, just the snake. Just you sit there. Over you come. Just copy what I do. Perfect. Everyone go. Might I suggest, said William Shakespeare, who was very good with words, that the answer lies in the name. Bear is an excellent word for rhyming. Do you want to help me turn this over? Bear rhymes with hair, scare, beware, take care. It even rhymes with underwear. Everybody nodded. Do you want to nod? Yes? I think we have the answer, they said. Pig, up you get. And walk over here. And you've got to look very angry. Stuff and nonsense, cried Albert Swinestein, who was exceptionally good at thinking. I've never heard anything quite so illogical. Pig is a good word for rhyming too, but there aren't nearly as many books about pigs as there are about bears. William Shakespeare hissed and huffed. But the clever pig was right. Sit down, William Shakespeare. Come here. I propose, said Albert Swinestein, the answer must be... Do you want to help me turn this? Let's try this again. I propose said Albert Swinestein. The answer must be... Tea-trolley, said the knockety-knocker with a cheery little cry. Read the sign, said the animals gruffly. Can you all say read the sign? Everybody say read the sign? Read the sign, said the animals gruffly. It says, no, don't worry about that yet, sweetheart. It says, do not disturb. So the tea trolley went away. Now it's our turn. Now then, where was I? Scratch your head. Oinked Albert Swinestein. Ah, yes, the impossible question. I propose, the pig repeated. The answer must be... size. Bears can be big. Bears can be small. Bears can be, do you want to point to that one? In the middle. Pretty good theory. Who thinks that's the answer? Bears can be different. Do you think that's the answer to the impossible question? Yeah. Do you? Pretty good theory. PhDs all stand up and say, silly theory. Silly theory, said the PhDs. That's porcupines, hedgehogs, and dragons with spines. We come in different sizes too, but where are the books about us? Newton, stand up. Here we go. Ah! Point at them. But you're prickly. No, them. You're prickly, piped up Newton, who was ever so good at ideas. Bears are... What are bears? Bears aren't prickly. What are bears? Soft. Very good. Bears are soft. And that, my friends, is the answer to the impossible question. Albert Swinestein patted Newton firmly on the back. Brilliant theory, old chap, said the pig. We scientists are never wrong. Do you want to sit down? Mary Shelley? Well, you are this time, said Mary Shelley, who knew a lot about writing. Do you want to go sit back down again? Mary Shelley, you come over here. The answer to, do you want to do that? The answer to the impossible question has nothing to do with science. There are so many bears in books because... I've got some chocolate cake on my trolley. It'll go well with a nice cup of tea. Read the sign. Everyone say, read the sign. Read the sign, said the animals gruffly. So the tea trolley went away. Mary Shelley, you come over here and wag your finger like that. Will you please listen, said Mary Shelley, who didn't like being interrupted. As I was saying, the answer to the impossible question has nothing to do with science. There are so many bears in books because... Should we turn this over? People put them there. Think about it. Bears are a lot like people, and people are a lot like bears. PhDs stand up and say, rubbish!
Rubbish!
Very good. Say it again, all together. Say rubbish!
Rubbish!
Shouted the PhDs. People don't have fur. Sit down. Wave your finger again. Oh, don't be difficult, said Mary Shelley. You know very well what I mean. Go and sit down. So we still haven't got the answer to the impossible question, have we? Is it because they're soft? Is it because bears are soft? Is it because bears come in different shapes and sizes? Is it because, why? Why are there so many books about bears? None of the animals appear to be right. We still haven't got the answer. Well, if I'm not right, and neither am I, and everyone thinks we're wrong, Then what is the answer to the impossible question? I've checked my trolley, said the knockety knocker, and I've even got sticky buns. Ah! Roared the animals. Everybody roar. Really angry, go on. Ah! Roared the animals. Why won't you listen? We told you to read the sign. Everyone say this. We don't want tea.
We don't want tea.
We don't want cake.
We don't want cake.
And we don't want sticky buns.
We don't want sticky buns.
We just want the answer to the impossible question. Yes, so, unless you have it on your trolley, will you please go away? Can you all shout that? Will you please go away? Now, everyone together, really loud. Will you please go away? One more time, really loud. Will you please go away? At this point, Trevor, remember him? Dropped the book he was reading. That's enough, he shouted at the top of his tiny voice. There is no need to be so rude. Might I suggest that tea and cakes and sticky buns are precisely what you need? Because the answer to the impossible question is right behind that door. The answer we've been looking for is right behind the door. Shall we open the door and find out? Shall we? Find out the answer to the impossible question? Is that the answer to the impossible question? There we are. Look at that. Hello, everyone. Hello. Very nice of you to come here today. Hello. I brought my tea trolley with me. Hello at the back. Who thinks this is the answer to the impossible question? Yes, hands up if you think it is. Everybody loves a bear. Do you want to come and say hello to the bear? Come and say hello to the bear. No? Everybody wave at the bear then. Bears are very, very cute. You're very cute. Trevor knew the answer. There we are. Let's put this little bear just over here. You sit there. Right, we have the answer to the impossible question. So, in the great hallowed hall of Mollusk College, Oxford, the most brilliant minds in the animal kingdom and Trevor stopped discussing, stopped debating, and all had... What did they have? Tea! Brilliant. There we are. Everybody have a cup of tea? Everybody have a cup of tea? Grown-ups as well? Cup of tea. Fantastic. Everyone had a cup of tea. Until... Excuse me, said the bear, whose name was Darwin. Do you get it? Darwin. Could anybody tell me why are there so many books about dinosaurs? Did you like that? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now going to discuss, debate, and generally decide if we can answer the impossible question. Read it, please. Why are there so many books about? We're not really. What we're actually going to do is sing a song. So, boys and girls, you can either stay up on the stage or you can go and sit back down in your seats. Which would you like to do? You'd like to stay on the stage. Excellent. So, what we're going to do is we're going to sing a song about why there are so many books about bears. Because we all like singing. Don't worry, I'm not running away. So, can you all read these words here, or shall we get somebody to hold them up? Have I got my friend Lucy? Have I got my friend Lucy somewhere? Where is Lucy? Also, can we have... Where's my friend Lucy? Hello, my friend Lucy. Hello. Beautifully done. And could we have somebody else possibly come and help me hold up? Anybody's ever got a festival volunteer just to... Marvellous. Right, should we stand as far back as we can so everybody can see the words? So, Darwin, you sit there. Albert Einstein, Swinestein, may I borrow your stick? Can we all see the words? Yes. Why are there, say with me, so many books about bears out there? I want you to shout out there. Out there! I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? The tune goes like this, so practice, have a practice session first of all. Why are there so many books about bears out there? I can't hear you, let's start again. Let's start again. I want to hear you, you've got to join in with me, okay? Nice and loud. This is just practice. Why are there so many books about bears out there? I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? Brilliant, easy as that. So, I now have to remember all the words, which is quite tricky. But let's see if we can sing this song. Are we all ready? No, hang on. Very important thing, first of all. What's it called? Author having a drink. Actually, author having a big drink of water. There we are. Author having a drink of water. Let us sing this song, people. Here we go. I can't remember the words. I remember the words. Let's start again. Sorry, completely my fault. There we go. There's what? Green bean soup. We could, couldn't we? Much better. There's Paddington, that darling bear from deepest dark Peru. And who remembers Rupert? And dear old Winnie the Pooh. Consider Huggless Douglas of cuddly waddly fame. And we're going on a bear hunt for the bear without a name. Why are there so many books about bears out there? I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? Not bad at all. There's a beginner's guide to bear spotting. Mr. Panda too. Old Bear and his friends, of course. These are just a few. There's Goldilocks and just one bear, although there once were three. And Little Bear, yes, everywhere. It's bear books that you see. Come on, everyone. Why are there so many books about bears? I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? Again. Why are there so many books about bears out there? I declare they are everywhere. Why about bears? I declare, why are there so many books about bears? Give yourselves a big round of applause. Fantastic. Thank you, ladies. Right. Big round of applause, please, for my animals. And animals, would you like to take your costumes off now? Would you like to just drop them on the floor? That's absolutely fine. While you, ladies and gentlemen, think, have you got any questions you would like to ask me? Anybody got a question they would like to ask me? While these lovely people take off their costumes. Oh, William Snakespeare's going to stay with me. I think he's not going to manage to get his costume. Okay, would you like to go and sit back down again? Big round of applause. Fantastic. Right, you sit back down and find your seats. Right, we've got a few minutes left. Would anybody like to ask me a question? I think we've got a microphone. Can I see if anyone's got a question they'd like to ask me? No questions? No questions at all? Yes, sir. So, microphone coming.
What do you want to ask her? How long did it take to make the book?
How long did it make to take the book?
How long did it take me to make the book? Gosh, that's a very good question. It took me about 6 months to make the book, maybe a bit longer. I thought up the story very quickly. Then the pictures took quite a long time to do. And then the publishers have to put it together as a book. So all in all, for everybody, all the people who it takes to make the book, it took about a year to make the book. But my job took about 6 months, so it's quite a long time. Anybody else got a question? There's a question down here.
When did the bears live?
Where did the bears live?
No, when?
When did which bears live?
The bears in the book.
The bears in the book. When did they live? Oh gosh, that's what you mean is when's the book set? What sort of time do you mean what sort of time in history? Yes, what sort of time in history? That's a really good. I think it's every time in history. I don't think it's really set in any particular time. It could be now. So you could use your imagination to answer when the book is set and when the bears lived. So it could be any time you want. It could be old-fashioned time, or it could be now. And that's a good thing about using animals in stories, is you don't have to set it in one particular time in history. So it could be any time. There's a question right down here at the front.
Which is your favourite book about bears?
Good question. Which is my favourite book about bears? That's me thinking I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. I think I've got lots of favourites. I love Winnie the Pooh. But there's something very, very special about these books. Hands up if you've ever read these books. A few of you. You must go and check out these books. They're absolutely wonderful. And they're probably, those and Winnie the Pooh are probably maybe Paddington, I don't know. But maybe these, because I used to read these with my children when they were very, very little. And we all loved them. And my children are now like this. They're big, grown-up children. But Little Bear and Winnie the Pooh are probably my favourites. Anybody else? There's a question here. Big question here. Wait for the microphone.
When will dinosaurs be alive again?
What was that?
When will dinosaurs be alive?
When will dinosaurs be alive again? Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Which leads me to ask you, do you know why there are so many books about dinosaurs? Because they're just so fun. That's a good answer. So why are there so many books about bears? Why are there so many books about dinosaurs? Who thinks we should write a book about why are there so many books about dinosaurs? Yeah? So let's have some thinking now. Let's all think, why are there so many books about dinosaurs? The gentleman down here says because they're just fun. They're absolutely fun. I think I know the answer to that question, but anybody else know why there are so many? Come on, why are there so many books about dinosaurs? Because they're scary and scary can be fun sometimes, can't it? Maybe it's because they're scary. Anybody else?
Essentially do anything you want with them because no one was there to tell you that it didn't happen.
Very, very good. You can do anything you want. And I think that's probably the answer to that question, is that no one has actually ever seen a dinosaur. So you can do anything you want with a dinosaur. You can make a dinosaur roller skate. You know, who says dinosaurs can't roller skate? Nobody knows, do they? So that, I think, is the answer to that question. So we've got a few minutes left. would you like to sing the song again? Yes? Should we finish with the song? Let's finish on the high. Let's sing the song one more time. And then I will be signing books if you want to come and get a book. Can I have my volunteers again to hold up the sign? Because the last time the greatest minds in the animal kingdom couldn't see the words. So one more time at the Edinburgh Festival, ladies and gentlemen, shall we sing the song, Why Are There So Many Books About Bears? Big voices, please. Oh. Nigel's saying, oh my gosh. Nigel's saying, I wasn't planning that. Nigel's at the back saying, we weren't going to do that, aren't you, Nigel? 30 seconds. Keep ad-libbing. I'll say something. My poor husband is saying, we didn't plan that at home. We didn't rehearse that bit. But I think it's nice to finish on a song. So anybody else got a question for me while Nigel finds his... Yes, sir. Have I got any bear jokes? No, I'm unbearably useless. Sorry. Have you got any bear jokes? No, absolutely not. Okay, anybody else? Quick, ad-libbing. Who's got a question? Yes, young lady there. You've lost it now? Oh, I'm sure you'll find it. The wonderful thing about books is they turn up in all sorts of places, like under beds and behind cupboards and at the bottom of your... You used to have it. Well, I'm sure you might find it again. Anybody else got a question? And then you can tell me, we're ready? And one more question. At the back, a young lady there.
Why are there so many questions about bears and dinosaurs?
Why are there so many questions about bears and dinosaurs? There are so many questions about bears and dinosaurs because it makes you use your imagination. That's why. And remember Albert Einstein, he said imagination is really important. And it's really important to ask lots of questions. If you ask lots of questions, you can find out lots of answers. And I think bears and dinosaurs are very good to ask questions about. So we can ask lots and lots of questions about them. So very good question, young lady. Now let's sing one more time. Why are there so many books about bears? There's Paddington, that dear old bear from deepest dark Peru. And who remembers who is it? And dear old, who is it? Very good. Consider Hugless Douglas of Cuddly Wuddly fame. And we're going on for a bear without a name. Why are there so many books about bears out there? I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? Brilliant. There's a beginner's guide to bear spotting and Mr. Panda too. Old Bear and his friends, of course, but these are just a few. There's Goldilocks and just one bear, although there once were three. And Little Bear, yes, everywhere. It's bear books that you see. Why are there so many books about bears out there? I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? Again, why are there so many books about bears out there? I declare they are everywhere. Why are there so many books about bears? Finish on this. I declare, why are there so many books about bears? Give yourselves a big round of applause. Can I thank the wonderful signing here? Can I thank the wonderful audience? Can we give a big round of applause to Nigel? Fantastic for his wonderful music. And thank you so much to the festival for having me again. And thank you so much for coming. And I will be signing books. It's been great fun. Brilliant. Thank you.